Yes, hello, Brian Nankervis, welcoming you to the AILA Victorian Awards for 2020. We're just getting everyone settled, getting everyone in. We've got a fabulous day ahead of us. We're checking catering, obviously the beverages, taking everyone's temperatures, giving you a chance to settle your pets and your favourite household plants. Now, there will be some quiz questions coming at you throughout the show. A couple of warm-ups for you. True or false? Question number 1. True or false, Lady Gaga and Belinda Carlisle from the Go-Go's have opened an Indonesian restaurant called Go-Go's Go Gaga over Gado Gado. Question number 2, true or false, Tom Jones and classical composer Claude Debussy have released a 12-inch single called What's New, Debussycat? Correct. I think we're about to begin. Ladies and gentlemen, it's very, very exciting. We are encouraging you to take selfies. We want you to tag AILA Victoria. We want you to write comments. We wish you good luck. You can't all win. And for those who don't, just think of it as character building. All right, I think we're ready. Let the awards begin. Roll tape.
Well, thank you, Brian, and we really look forward to seeing you again shortly. To everyone who has joined us this morning, whether you're at work, home, or surrounded by friends or colleagues, I welcome you on behalf of the State Chapter to the AILA Victoria Landscape Architecture Awards for 2020. This digital presentation is a first for AILA, and even though it will be different to the industry's typical awards experience, it's an exciting opportunity to recognise and celebrate excellence in landscape architecture from across Victoria. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Heath Gledhill and I'm the Victorian State Chapter President. You'll be hearing from me, but more importantly, other guests throughout today's presentation. We've thrown in some light entertainment for good measure, and thanks to our awards sponsors, you have the chance to win some fun spot prizes, so please stay tuned. But more importantly, you will see and learn about the outstanding projects entered in this year's awards program. The projects have been assessed by the Victorian jury panel, and the winning entries will progress for consideration in the AILA National Landscape Architecture Awards, which will be announced later in the year.
We'd like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of this land we are presenting from today, plus the surrounding Melbourne area, the Wurundjeri and the Bunurong people of the Kulin Nation. We pay our respects to elders both past and present, for they hold the memories, the traditions, the culture, the hopes of Indigenous Australia. We also recognise their continuing spiritual connection to country.
So just before we kick off today's proceedings, I just want to take a moment to acknowledge and thank Paul Thompson for being with us. So Paul this year is celebrating 50 years being in the industry. So an AILA fellow, certainly someone who we've seen a lot of, and he's certainly produced some fantastic work across his career to date. So Paul, maybe if there is one highlight that you can talk to, but maybe you've got many.
Heath, there are many highlights, but I suppose it's got to be the Australian Garden with Taylor Cullity Lethlean, and then being made a member of the Institute by invitation, and then being made a fellow. They're all very significant moments in my working life, and I've been fortunate. I've been able to explore my hobby, which is Australian plants, and it's been a lot of fun. Still is.
Yeah, and look, and I think you're a really great example of someone in the industry who all of our members can learn a lot from. I know that I certainly have in my career to date, and being able to go and experience many of the projects that you've been engaged with is highly rewarding, and I think there's a lot that we can learn from that. So thank you for being part of today, and thank you for being part of the jury panel for this year. You know, your contribution has certainly been very rewarding for everyone involved, and you certainly had some great insights into the awards as well. So look forward to spending the day with you with this whole new way that we're going about the awards this year.
Thanks very much.
So let's begin with our first award category, which is a new award category for this year, Health and Education Landscape, that is proudly presented by the City of Melbourne.
The City of Melbourne is proud to be an ongoing supporter of the Australian Institute of Landscape Architects. We recognise and celebrate the contribution of landscape architects to our city through the quality and amenity of our open spaces. Design is a part of Melbourne's DNA, and we are proud to champion design quality in the fabric of our city. We acknowledge the important role that landscape architects play across government and across the private sector in the planning and delivery and the amenity of the open spaces that are so vital to the well-being of our community. City of Melbourne is excited to be presenting the new awards category this year, which is Health and Education Landscapes. This award recognises landscape projects linked to institutions in the health, education and aged care sectors. And we will be looking at how these open spaces contribute to the well-being of those who use the spaces. This crisis, this pandemic, has shown us how important our open spaces are to everybody across our community, and how important it is that they are there for our everyday needs and also during periods of crisis. I would like to wish all of the entrants in this year's Australian Institute of Landscape Architect Awards the very best of luck, and to everybody in this sector, thank you for the vital contribution you make to our open spaces and to our city. Thank you.
Projects in health and education landscape are constructed landscape projects in and surrounding institutional spaces, including educational, health or aged care facilities. Projects in this category demonstrate how the design contributes to the usability and operation of the facility and the well-being of the user. The entries are Jonah Children's Sensory Garden, Jevons Landscape Architects, Knox Children and Family Centre, Hanson Partnership, St Bernard's Chapel Forecourt, Papworth Davies, the Giants Causeway, St Francis Xavier College, Orchard Design. The jury has awarded 3 Landscape Architecture Awards in this category. The first Landscape Architecture Award goes to St Bernard's Chapel Forecourt by Papworth Davies.
A mature Jacaranda mimosifolia is the centrepiece of the St Bernard's Chapel forecourt. Low walls double as seats to view the subtle textures of the ground plane with its bluestone and permeable paving. The forecourt is surrounded by native planting of contrasting shapes and textures. The design is understated and enduring, with simple spaces for quiet reflection. The materials palette is complementary to the architecture.
And the second Landscape Architecture Award goes to the Giants Causeway, St Francis Xavier College by Orchard Design.
The Giants Causeway is a striking, multifaceted landscape. Bold, oversized steps blur the distinction between circulation and dwelling and extend the classroom to the outdoors. The language of the landscape design integrates with the adjoining architecture and is demonstrative of the successful collaboration between architect and landscape architect.
The third Landscape Architecture Award goes to Jonah Children's Sensory Garden by Jevons Landscape Architects.
The therapeutic benefits of play and nature are key underpinnings of the Jonah Children's Sensory Garden. The high-quality outdoor spaces designed to sustain staff, visitors and residents have been beautifully realised. The themed spaces effectively integrate outdoor and indoor areas to support a range of activities from quiet reflection to active play. The jury commended the practical, thoughtful and robust design.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's trivia time. The first person to post the correct answer on the live chat wins Our first question: in which video clip did Kylie wear her infamous gold hot pants? A, the locomotion, B, spinning around, or C, where the wild roses grow?
So I'd like to welcome Jocelyn Chu, who chaired the awards committee this year, and just really to have a conversation about the process and talk about the entries and certainly the jury panel as well. So welcome, Jocelyn. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Heath. Great to be here. Great to be at the sort of end, I guess, of the 2020 State Awards program. It's been a really fantastic process, but also very challenging in the current context. It's been a hell of a lot more work than I thought it would be, but wonderful, of course, to spend time with our 7 jurors and our first ever graduate juror for Victoria.
And maybe let's have a talk about some of the awards submissions and the categories that everything was entered into this year, and maybe a little bit about the cross-section of some of those as well.
Yeah, sure. So we had a new category in 2020. The health and education category surprised us all. It ended up being the most popular category with 7 entries. So fantastic to see, I guess, the diverse ways in which landscape architects are practicing and influencing and transforming the environments that they have carriage of or have input to.
Yeah, that's brilliant to hear. And so I guess with regards to some of those entries to the regional side of things, I understand there was quite a few regionally. Any ringing a bell from regionally, or in terms of the numbers that might have come in from our regional cohort?
Yeah, we had a number of outstanding regional award entries this year, and I'm really looking forward to those being unveiled, later in this segment. They span from everything to do with landscape planning and curation, as well as ongoing care and management, rehabilitation, all the way through to detailed design. So it's a really great cross-section of what design means at every scale.
I'd really like to thank you for your efforts and all of your hard work in preparing for the day, running the day, and then certainly the amount of work that goes with following up after that, preparing citations and so on. So thank you from all of the chapter, and we really look forward to this year's awards ceremony.
Thanks, Heath. It was my pleasure.
Our second award category, Civic Landscape, is proudly presented by Brickworks.
Throughout the past 110 years, the face of building materials has continued to evolve. We're here for a lifetime of living. More than brick, and more than just building products, we are a foundation for today's lifestyle and a leader for today's style. We manufacture a wide range of building products like no other. Beautiful products that stand the test of time. This is Brickworks.
The entries are Beaumaris Concourse, Fitzgerald Frisbee Landscape Architects, Brunswick Town Hall Precinct Streetscape Upgrade, Moreland City Council, Croydon Town Square, Hanson Partnership, Princess Street Upgrade, Brimbank City Council, Union Road Streetscape Improvements, Moonee Valley City Council. The jury has awarded 1 Landscape Architecture Award and 1 Award of Excellence in this category. The Landscape Architecture Award goes to Union Road Streetscape Improvements by Moonee Valley City Council.
Union Road Streetscape Improvements are a series of interventions to a busy retail strip in Brunswick. The project has transformed the pedestrian experience with an emphasis on optimising the navigation of these spaces by people with dementia. The project demonstrates how a simple, well-executed project can enable equitable, place-specific and vibrant outcomes.
The Award of Excellence goes to Brunswick Town Hall Precinct Streetscape Upgrade by Moreland City Council.
The Brunswick Town Hall Precinct's Streetscapes Upgrade creates a series of thoughtful and multi-layered civic spaces that tie together the various buildings and functions of this civic hub. Along with improved pedestrian and cyclist circulation, the spaces incorporate water-sensitive urban design and places for gathering, performance and rest. Technology has been integrated into the project with power sources concealed within structures and augmented reality used for the design and interpretation of the forecourt mural. The use of local content is integral. Local stone is repurposed across the streetscapes, and local artists were commissioned to design sculptural elements, murals and inlays.
The category for parks and open spaces is proudly presented by Street Furniture Australia. The entries are Boren Reserve, John Patrick Landscape Architects, Hartley Estate, Hanson Partnership, Mildura Riverfront Redevelopment Stage 1, Tract Consultants, Monash University Valley Creek, Glass Landscape Architects, Sunvale Community Park, Brimbank City Council. The jury has awarded 1 Landscape Architecture Award and 1 Award of Excellence in this category. The Landscape Architecture Award goes to Monash University Valley Creek by Glass Landscape Architects.
The resurfacing of Valley Creek exemplifies how urban drains can be converted into engaging and attractive waterways. Underpinned by clear environmental drivers and robust engineering, this deceptively simple outcome is polished and finely executed. It delivers wide-ranging ecological benefits and creates an appealing open space for students and residents.
The Award of Excellence goes to Sunvale Community Park by Brimbank City Council.
Sunvale Community Park is an exemplar for new park design that creatively responds to the needs of the Sunshine community to deliver a wonderfully resolved open space asset with a balance of social, recreational and ecological outcomes. The park provides a diversity of play and recreation opportunities for a wide range of ages and abilities. It successfully creates a balanced assemblage of these park uses, which are linked cohesively through the space. The overall park is captivating and welcoming of the entire community. Design detailing is simple and unpretentious. Elegant infrastructure encourages daily use as well as supporting larger gatherings and events.
The category for play spaces is proudly presented by Lark Industries.
Cause today is only here and then it's tomorrow. There's no point living a life that's full of regret and drowning in sorrow. Lift your head up high and open your eyes. Choices that you make can be revised.
The entries are Bannockburn Heart, Stage 1, Planet Consulting, Eagle Hawk Regional Play Space, City of Greater Bendigo, Norris Bank Reserve Play Space, City of Whittlesea and Place, and Olinda Play Space, Fitzgerald Frisbee Landscape Architects. The jury has awarded 2 Landscape Architecture Awards in this category. The first Landscape Architecture Award goes to Norris Bank Reserve Play Space by City of Whittlesea and Place.
Norris Bank Reserve Play Space is a compelling regional playground that encourages exploration and offers a diversity of interesting play opportunities. The successful collaboration of designers from council and consulting is evident through the adept siting of elements and the successful integration of the play space into the broader parkland. The jury praises the Norris Bank Construction Ambassador Program for creating buy-in with the playground's future users.
The second Landscape Architecture Award goes to Olinda Play Space by Fitzgerald Frisbee Landscape Architects.
This inviting regional playground succeeds in creating a place for children of all ages and abilities to explore and play. The jury was impressed with the comprehensive community consultation, and the inclusion of artworks by local artists fosters a strong sense of community ownership. The palette is sympathetic to its setting, and the play space transitions seamlessly down the gentle sloping fairway to beyond the expansive view.
Which Tom said, "A gentleman is someone who can play the accordion but doesn't," and "I'd rather have a bottle in front of me than a frontal lobotomy." Was it A, Tom Waits, B, Tom Petty, or C, Thomas Waltz?
The category for infrastructure is proudly presented by ACO.
Our human habitats increasingly become subject to extreme weather phenomena. As a result, the control of heavy storms becomes paramount. By this, our lives are affected in vital areas, and planners and building owners are faced with major challenges. Any questions? Ask ACO. ACO, creating the future of drainage.
The entries are Eastern Regional Trail Strategy, Fitzgerald Frisbee Landscape Architecture, Mernda Rail Extension, Tract Consultants, and Maribyrnong Waterfront Integrated Water Management, Realm Studios. The jury has awarded one Landscape Architecture Award and one Award of Excellence in this category. The Landscape Architecture Award goes to Maribyrnong Waterfront Integrated Water Management by Realm Studios.
Maribyrnong Waterfront IWM is a rigorous and clear strategic speculation that offers strategies for renewal along urban waterways. The aspirational vision for flood-prone areas catalyses behavioural and attitudinal change towards often forgotten public infrastructure. The jury noted the strong and accessible graphic representation and commended the document as an evocative blue-green next step.
The Award of Excellence goes to Eastern Regional Trail Strategy by Fitzgerald Frisbee Landscape Architecture.
The Eastern Regional Trail Strategy is an exemplary guiding document, precisely positioned to underpin and support development of a cohesive trail network in Melbourne's outer eastern suburbs. The jury was impressed by the exhaustive trail audit and ensuing identification of gaps in the network. The identification of priority missing link projects will ensure the success and ongoing growth of this open space infrastructure. The consultant team has successfully brought together numerous local government areas and stakeholders and achieved wide-ranging endorsement. Public benefit of this work will ripple through the community for years to come and sets a benchmark for strategic thinking and delivery.
The entries are North Garden Sculpture Park Landscape Master Plan Ballarat by Tharangog Art, Romanus, Basalt Art and Deakin University. B&, Car Park Trinity College, John Patrick Landscape Architects. The jury has awarded one Landscape Architecture Award and one Award of Excellence in this category. The Landscape Architecture Award goes to B&, Car Park Trinity College by John Patrick Landscape Architects.
B&, Car Park demonstrates how sensitive consideration of context and the clever use of materials can elevate what might otherwise have been an unremarkable landscape. The project has successfully delivered on its strategy to maintain the permeability of the car park space whilst responding to the heritage context of the 1930s Behan building.
The Award of Excellence goes to North Garden Sculpture Park Landscape Master Plan Ballarat by Tharangog Art, Romanus, Basalt Art and Deakin University.
North Garden's Sculptural Park Landscape Master Plan is commendable for its significant and in-depth analysis of the cultural values and knowledge of the landscape on the edge of Lake Wendouree. This project offers a practical case study for the profession as we progress our collective commitment and action towards reconciliation. This master plan demonstrates how strategies for landscape change can be generated by and with traditional custodians and is grounded in a deep understanding of country. The true success of this project is the endorsement received by the Wadawurrung people who state, "We are exceedingly pleased with the consultation process employed, the unique and culturally sensitive theoretical process entertained, and we're very pleased with the master plan outcomes. We consider this project an exemplar in Victoria and one we feel provides a benchmark for landscape architecture practice in Victoria."
The entries are Faraz Street Education and Community Precinct, Tract Consultants, The Living Pavilion, Clean Air and Urban Landscapes Hub, along with others, and Tiny Wetland, Glass Landscape Architects. The jury has awarded 2 Landscape Architecture Awards and 1 Award of Excellence in this category. The first Landscape Architecture Award goes to Faraz Street Education and Community Precinct by Tract Consultants.
Faraz Street Education and Community Precinct is exemplary for its robust and simple design. New spaces support a range of activities for school and broader community use, inviting year-round activation and integration. This is a well-designed green haven for the school and the surrounding community.
The second Landscape Architecture Award goes to Tiny Wetland by Glass Landscape Architects.
Tiny Wetland is a microscaled exploratory project that ingeniously extends the creative practice of its associated landscape architect's office into the public realm. The conversations sparked by this interventions contribute to the increased awareness of ecological diversity. This tiny landscape demonstrates how micro-interventions can cumulatively add to the broader discourse on sustainability.
And the Award of Excellence goes to The Living Pavilion by Clean Air and Urban Landscapes Hub, along with others.
The Living Pavilion was a transdisciplinary project connecting Indigenous knowledge, ecological science, sustainability design and participatory arts. The resultant exhibition revealed the cultural significance and hidden ecologies of the University of Melbourne's Parkville campus. Realised through collaboration and partnership, the Living Pavilion demonstrates through art, landscape, installation, interpretation, performances and workshops the potential for projects in the built environment to reveal and celebrate past, current and future ecologies connected to location. The rich landscape ecology and culture of the now hidden Bouverie Street were revealed through ephemeral occupation and programming. The Living Pavilion highlights the role that ephemeral urbanism can play in contributing to culture, education, research, biodiversity, environment and place.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to change our pace a little bit now and we're going to invite a very special guest on for you. You may remember him as the somewhat overexcited poet from Hey Hey It's Saturday days, Raymond J. Bartholomew's.
Ode to landscape architects. Oh, you mighty architects, you legends of the landscape. You design dreamers, open air schemers, you ecologically, aesthetically bold, visual visionaries. We thank you. Mighty landscape shapers, streetscapers, bureaucratic handshakers, we salute you, co-designers, designers of co's. We bow down before your master plans, your design plans, your long lunch flans, your empty cans. We say farewell to the also-rans with their place-marking plans. You innovators, You teachers, transforming toxic swamps into lush water features, prowling and prancing around open plan parklands, play areas, multifaceted planting palettes with culturally sensitive, biodiverse, sustainable themes, whatever that means. Show us the way to a cutting edge, evocative blue-green fizz, whatever that is. We need you. The reason we're here is to plant a seed, to celebrate your work and imagine what will be. Keep flashing those architect smiles. Keep guiding us down one-way streets guarded by workers doing the biz in high vis. Keep your spirits up in the face of downsized literage, pathetic tube stock and horrible hydro seed. Keep reaching for shooting stars and moonbeams. Tuck them into your eco-knit Burley Marks printed turtleneck top and never, never, never fade away.
So let's keep rolling on in our awards program. The next category is for urban design. The category for urban design is proudly supported by WEF Lighting. The entries are Frankston's Social Housing Investment Planning, Hanson Partnership, Rye Township Plan, Realm Studios, Kapaya Consulting, E2 Design Lab and Movendo, Wangaratta Railway Precinct Master Plan, Hassel Studio, Welcome Ground, Glass Landscape Architects. The jury has awarded one Landscape Architecture Award in this category. The Landscape Architecture Award goes to Wangaratta Railway Precinct Master Plan by Hassel Studio.
This exemplary streetscape-based urban design strategy builds a strong and coherent case for the transformation of Wangaratta's urban centre, unlocking both a vibrant precinct and a regional gateway. At once logical and visionary, the master plan demonstrates the transformative role of streetscapes as public space and green infrastructure, and their capacity to enable broad social and economic impact.
The next category is for landscape planning, and it is proudly presented by Glascott Landscape and Civil. The entries are Breathing Space, the Darebin Open Space Strategy, City of Darebin, SGS Economics, Fitzgerald Frisbee Landscape Architecture, Domain Precinct Public Realm Development Plan, Hassel Studio, Siting and Design Guidelines for Structures on the Victorian Coast, Realm Studios, and Quarry Hills Parkland Regional Parkland Landscapes, City of Whittlesea. The jury has awarded one Landscape Architecture Award and one Award of Excellence in this category. The Landscape Architecture Award goes to Quarry Hills Parkland Regional Parkland Landscapes by City of Whittlesea and Place.
In the context of one of Melbourne's fastest developing urban growth areas, Quarry Hills Regional Parkland Master Plan establishes a major public space and environmental asset for the community of Whittlesea. This ambitious document sets a new benchmark for outer suburban regional parklands whilst establishing mechanisms for acquiring and securing public land as part of greenfield development.
The Award of Excellence goes to Siting and Design Guidelines for Structures on the Victorian Coast by Realm Studios.
This coherent, beautiful, illustrated and accessible document transforms a series of dry guidelines into compelling and aspirational document. It sets a new bar for coastal structures in Victoria by foregrounding landscape and successfully translating its complexity to a range of audiences. The guidelines outlined 15 clear principles for the design and siting of structures along the Victorian coast. Each principle captures and provides guidance around a cultural or physical layer of the coastal landscape, structuring a coherent decision-making process whilst also conveying the complexity and multifaceted nature of landscape to a diverse audience. The document's graphics, a mixture of sections, illustrative axonometric drawings and international benchmark imagery, help to make this a compelling resource and highlight the essential role of landscape architects in enabling integrated, high-quality outcomes.
Get your keyboards ready because Brian's coming up with another question for everyone.
Which performer is being referenced on a tea towel with the following words: Jesus died for somebody's sins, but not mine? A. Madonna, B. Patti Smith, C. Martha Schwartz.
The next category is Research, Policy and Communications. The entries are The Future Park, Gillian Wallace from Melbourne School of Design in collaboration with Kirsten Bauer and Cassandra Chilton. Public Forum on the Moon, Office of the Other Spaces. Visual Impact Assessment Research in Urban Environments, Attatara, RMIT University. Water Law, Learning from the Drylands, Antonia Besser and Ginny Lee, University of Melbourne. The jury has awarded 2 Landscape Architecture Awards and 1 Award of Excellence in this category. The first Landscape Architecture Award goes to The Future Park by Gillian Wallace from Melbourne School of Design in collaboration with Kirsten Bauer and Cassandra Chilton.
The jury commended the Future Park competition as an effective advocacy and communication initiative which has brought public and political visibility and attention to big issues and bold ideas for public space. The project demonstrates how the interest and imagination of the wider public and mainstream media can be engaged to raise the profile of landscape architecture and awareness of the importance of public space to the health of Australian cities and centres.
The second Landscape Architecture Award goes to Visual Impact Assessment, Research in Urban Environments by Attatara, RMIT University.
The jury recognises the extensive and thoughtful inquiry that's been pursued with research and industry input to define new parameters to guide policy and evaluate development impact as part of the planning process. This project pushes urban visual impact assessment from local to regional scales whilst developing useful tools to aid assessment.
And the Award of Excellence goes to Water Law, Learning from the Drylands by Antonia Besser and Ginny Lee, University of Melbourne.
Learning from the Drylands is a significant work that has created a vehicle for design thinking in contributing to transdisciplinary water knowledge and data. This is a compelling and important project that has the potential to enrich knowledge of and play a role in building shared understanding and values for the management of water in a drying landscape. The project's deep mapping has been beautifully captured through the Water Law exhibition, drawing from large-scale landscape systems and encompassing the smaller confluences of people, ecologies and infrastructure associated with water places. The representative mediums of the project create an accessible revealing of tensions and commonalities in perspectives and values. The leadership of the project is to be commended for successfully establishing design thinking as a key component of waterwise management practices and the communication of this knowledge to a broader audience.
So before we move on to the next awards category, I'm going to hand over to AILA Seddon, Vice President of the Chapter Executive, who's going to talk a little bit about the AILA Fresh Mentorship Program.
Thanks, Heath. I'm really excited to be here today to acknowledge the success of the AILA Fresh Mentorship Program. The program is in its third year now, and it wouldn't be possible without the support of our AILA members and also our sponsor, Glasgow Landscape and Civil. And I'm joined today by Molly, who's going to tell us a little bit about her experience in the program.
So I was a mentee in 2018, and now in 2020 I'm helping run the program. And I think it's a really fantastic program, a great opportunity that didn't exist before. It's been really great for me to build connections in the industry, and it's also a great way for me to personally develop from uni to now through to the industry. And it's something that I really hope will continue into the future.
Thanks, Molly. And of course, it wouldn't be possible to run the program without a range of different contributors, particularly our sponsors, Glasgow Landscape and Civil. We couldn't obviously run this without the registered landscape architects and other members who give up their time to be mentors within the program. The time that you give, that you contribute is invaluable, and we're really grateful.
Ready to win another prize? Brian's coming up with another question for everyone.
Which band used this quote in a song? "We are all in the gutter, but some of us are looking at the stars." Was it A, the Arctic Monkeys, B, the Pretenders, or C, Capability Brown?
Thank you, Brian, for another trivia question. And now we're going to move on to the next category. The category for small projects is proudly presented by Metro Trees. The entries are Chipton Park Revitalisation, Poland Studio and City of Port Phillip, Keep Cup Headquarters, SBLA Studios, RMIT Building 100 Pedestrian Improvement, Open Work, System Garden Rainforest Boardwalk, SBLA Studios. The jury has awarded one Landscape Architecture Award and one Award of Excellence in this category. The Landscape Architecture Award goes to System Garden Rainforest Boardwalk by SBLA Studios.
This project solves complex site issues in a visually simple and economical way with the site-responsive raised path of steel mesh. To fully appreciate this clever resolution, one must visit the site. The university is to be commended for instigating a project that makes this space more inviting and usable, improving definition and protection. It allows opportunities for a myriad of unusual plants to be seen up close, free from feet for the first time.
The Award of Excellence goes to RMIT Building 100 Pedestrian Improvement by Open Work.
RMIT Building 100 Pedestrian Improvements is a beautifully articulated urban solution to an increasing area of risk mitigation. The improvement not only serves the purpose of preventing undesired vehicular activity, but enhances the experience of pedestrian progression through space. The resultant intervention is an object of wonder, an intriguing punctuation of a space that provides an appropriate adjunct to the adjoining architecture. The structure avoids the ordinary solution to a common problem and shows to work it must be crafted to perfection. This demonstrates the value of striving for high quality outcomes developed through collaborative processes. RMIT Building 100 pedestrian improvement is the outstanding result of an imaginative group synthesising new methods and a sophisticated craft skill to evolve an idea that would have been challenging to portray at the outset.
The next category is gardens and is proudly presented by Lawn Solutions Australia.
We all love spending time in the garden, and when it comes to our lawns, they've all got a particular style. We all know the sporty lawn, the for show lawn, or my personal favourite, the mullet. Business at the front, party out the back. To make sure you buy the right lawn to suit your style, visit the Lawn Solutions Australia website, find your nearest supplier and get a lawn for life.
The entries are 320 George Street, Simon Ellis Landscape Architects and Fiona Harrison. Nightingale 2.0, SBLA Studios. The jury has awarded 2 Landscape Architecture Awards. The first Landscape Architecture Award goes to 320 George Street by Simon Ellis Landscape Architects and Fiona Harrison.
320 George Street is a delightful, well-executed garden that negotiates the complexity of private, common and public spaces. The garden is a continuous series of intimate spaces featuring considered detailing, sensitive reuse of materials and a lush planting palette. This garden is both striking and serene and illustrates how ordinary spaces can be transformed into the exceptional.
The second Landscape Architecture Award goes to Nightingale 2.0 by SBLA Studios.
The highlight of Nightingale 2 is the stairwell planting that cascades into a welcoming arrival garden. This is an enchanting project which demonstrates a willingness to explore new opportunities associated with apartment living. The stairway garden is daring and ambitious and transforms an otherwise banal space into something marvellous.
The next category is an opportunity to recognise regional achievement in landscape architecture. This is a cross-category award given in recognition of landscape architecture that has made a significant difference to improving the healthy communities and/or built and natural environments of regional Australia. The jury has awarded 4 projects in this category, and the award recipients are Eaglehawk Regional Play Space, City of Greater Bendigo; North Gardens Sculpture Park Landscape Master Plan, Tharangook Art, Romanus, Basalt Art and Deakin University; Wangaratta Railway Precinct Master Plan, Hassel Studio; and Water Law Learning from the Drylands, Antonia Besser and Ginny Lee, University of Melbourne. And now I'd like to hand over to Jocelyn Chu, the awards jury chair, to present the Future Leaders Awards for this year.
I'm absolutely delighted to be announcing the Future Leaders Awards. This is a really important category for the Institute and for the profession. Obviously, the future of our profession of landscape architecture lies in our emerging talent, and we have 2 awards for this category. There's the the Future Leader Student Award and the Future Leader Graduate Award. These awards recognise not only outstanding academic and professional performance, but also outstanding ongoing contributions to the Institute and to the profession in its various areas. We're now going to present the nominations, and after that we'll get to the winners. So the nominees for the Future Leader Student Award are
Tom Flugie, Albert Rex, Michelle Zacharias.
And the nominees for the Graduate Award are
Benjamin Horn, Dion Gerry, Esther Ziebel.
And I'm proud to announce that the Future Leaders Student Award winner is Michelle Zacharias from RMIT University. The Future Leader Graduate Award winner is Esther Ziebel from Tract Consultants. Congratulations, Michelle and Esther, on a fantastic achievement. I'm wishing you all the best for your futures moving forward.
Get ready, because Brian's got the final question for us today to give away our final prize.
Who was Sinead O'Connor writing to when she said, and I quote, "I'm concerned those around you have led you to believe it's cool to be naked and licking sledgehammers in your videos. A. Miley Cyrus, B. Katy Perry, or C. Ella Gauchi Seddon."
As the Victorian State Chapter President, I'm honoured to be able to present a President's Award to a project or an individual who has made a significant contribution to the profession. And for 2020, I'm honoured to present the President's Award to Meredith Dobby. Meredith is a champion for the environment and the landscape architectural profession. Having been a registered member for over 20 years, her continued commitment to advocating for best practice and quality is to be commended and applauded. Her continued commitment and contribution to AILA's committees, advocacy and representing AILA is highly valued, and we fully appreciate that as an executive. An extremely worthy recipient of this award, and I'm sure you will all support me congratulating Meredith on this fantastic achievement. Congratulations, Meredith.
That's what I would say.
Well, congratulations, everyone. We're so proud.
Congratulations, yes.
The winners were, you just have done a fantastic job, especially of communicating your projects in this really challenging context. We know a lot of you were, transitioning to work from home and or going through all sorts of other things, setting up your remote work. So really, really well done. Thank you to everyone who entered, who took the time to enter. Obviously that was about 50 different entries, so a lot of work has gone into that, and we really value your contributions to the profession.
And on that note too, I guess we should thank all of our sponsors and all of our other collaborators. Likewise, without you, this wouldn't be possible, and all of the other events we do throughout the year just wouldn't be possible. And to the executive as well, I think the executive play a really important part in not only supporting myself, but certainly in supporting things such as the awards and all the other events that we do throughout the year. So a big shout out to the rest of the executive team, and a big thank you to them also.
So we hope you enjoy the rest of your days. We hope your day, that is, and we hope you've enjoyed this live telecast of the 2020 Victorian Landscape Architecture Awards.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. What a show. What an experience. Unforgettable. Congratulations to all the winners and to those who weren't so successful. Lift your game. All righty. So look, yes, there's the credits rolling. Some good people. Well, he was here. Gee, he'd be broken-hearted. Yeah. Oh. Nice. Look, just a reminder too, I would love to think that you would post some of your selfies, ideally perhaps one with me. I mean, I'm not being needy, but, it would be nice. I have feelings. It would be sweet. Alrighty. All right, look, I'm sure you've all got things to do. It's the middle of the day. There could be a toilet break involved. There could be food. There could be a pet to wrangle. But look, I'm going to miss you. I feel like we've built a bond. I'm watching you. I know you're watching me, and I feel that we've established something. We've shared. We've communicated. Oh. I think that's it. I think you need to leave. I think you need to lean forward and press that button that takes you out and liberates you.